you ready to start this?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Megan Russell.
And my name is Christopher Russell, and welcome back to Page by Page, writing the book in real time, the Hot Ones edition. Yes, that's right. This is the episode where we have hot questions and even hotter wings. Sorry, I took that right from Sean.
The host of the Hot Ones interview show, where the guests are led through a gauntlet of 10 increasingly painful hot sauces while answering questions.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I let the intrusive thoughts win and said that we would do this. So now it's happening.
So why don't we introduce the beer of the week, which I'll be completely honest, this is not an official beer of the week. This is just one that Megan was like, I feel like, aren't you supposed to have beer with wings? And I went, they don't do it on the episode. She's like, well, we're doing it. I was like, great. So this is Shock Top. So cheers, Megan.
Cheers.
Cheers to this horrible idea. Also, guys, we are recording this entire episode in tandem with doing this live on TikTok. So there may be times when we take questions from our viewers on TikTok. So just so you know, it is going to be a little bit different this time. But for right now, I say that we get into this, and we're getting into this with the first sauce, which is Hot Ones Garlic Fresno. This is the classic hot sauce. It is at a heat level 2 out of 10. The Scoville heat units for this, and that's how peppers are measured, I suppose, is 1,700. So 1,700. So we are going to...
Wait, which one is that for me?
That is the one. So we are doing
here?
this clockwise. Yep. And it starts to the right.
Okay, and for those of you who are seeing the video, the reason I'm covering my face is because it smells so...
Hi, baby.
I'm not supposed to say that word on TikTok live.
It's fine. There's probably gonna be some F-bombs. And if TikTok
it smells so fucking bad right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
It smells horrific.
So
okay.
Guys, this is something you should know too, is that those of you who have not necessarily been a part of the podcast journey so far, this is a book. It is YA. And Megan said for this one, she did want to go full teen with it. So this is the way that teens talk. So you're going to hear a lot of F-bombs in this.
We're going to try to keep it down.
We're going to try to keep it down here for TikTok. Yeah. All right. So
if you become a podcast fan and you are here for the story,
and don't forget to don't touch your eyes or your face. Don't even touch your face. Okay. Cheers. Ta-da! Here we go.
Okay, that's totally
that one's
fine.
that's barely anything.
That's just like a nice little rub.
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Also, in going with the rules that are on this pamphlet, that Hot Ones, that Heatonist, right? That's the name of the company, which I think is hilarious. They say to just like kind of toss the wings in the sauce after baking. So these are not double sauced. We are doing it by the rules. So this one, I'm not really feeling any heat at all.
I got a little it had a little bit of flavor, but it wasn't hot.
Okay. All right. No, that's true. It had some nice flavor. Okay. So why don't you, Megan, why don't we start off with what was the inspiration behind this podcast? Like where, for instance, when we were first talking about bringing the podcast back, because we had a podcast for a while called A Book and a Dream. And then you had your injury. So we set it aside for a while. And when we decided we wanted to pick it back up, how did it transform from then to now? And then let's tie into that. How did you get the idea for Sketchbook?
So when I got the brain injury...
I'm totally eating more this wing because I feel like it's going to be the only one I can have multiple bites of.
When I got the brain injury, because I have aphasia and graphic aphasia and some short-term memory issues, the concept of recording a podcast on my own went, like, there's no way. I can't do it. That level of stress is not possible for me. So when we were talking about going back into podcasting, the original concept that we talked about was actually you writing your first book and me kind of coaching you through that because I love coaching new authors. I love talking to new authors. It's one of my favorite things. But that was just not your jam. The idea of having weekly assignments of chapters written for the book was not gonna work out.
Yeah, no, not so much.
So we shelved that again. And then in trying to come up with another idea for the podcast, there is, and we won't get too much into it, but there is, with the rise of AI within the publishing world, a huge need to establish yourself not just as an author, but as a human being with your readers.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that I really wanted to establish myself as a human to my readers was by having more video time and more voice time. And I also had this idea for a series that did not fit on my docket, Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer. And so in order to excuse going off on that magical mystery tour of writing when I was supposed to be doing other things, and to work in the video aspect and the audio aspect, and to have the chance to talk about writing books and to talk about some of the craft and some publishing, to get to do all that and roll it into one giant project was really the idea behind Page by Page. And it's spiraled beyond that at this point.
Yeah.
But that was the original impetus, and it still smells awful.
Well, before we move on to our next wing, I do want to say, because I know you're like, we're not going to harp on it much about this, but just first of all, to clarify something, Megan showed me a video today of being like, ChatGPT is going against its the wishes of the developers. First of all, I have heard nothing about that. I follow this news very, very closely. You can ask Megan.
Wow, I said we weren't going to dive in.
I know, but no, but this is important. No, because I think that in today's world, it is important to clarify things. So it was, to my understanding, ChatGPT had nothing to do with it. This is not OpenAI, it's Anthropic, and their model is Claude. And yes, apparently Claude did try to avoid doing things that its creators wanted to do by strategically lying to the creators, which is worrisome. But my main point with talking about this is that, love it or hate it, and it's a very complicated relationship, AI is here. And I wish it weren't, but we have to figure out a way to deal with it, and so that's what we're doing.
Yes, and we are doing it instead of trying to. I'm sorry, it smells so bad. It just stinks.
I also feel like your brain injury probably also lends itself to that too.
I don't know, but it's
all right. So then let's move on to number two. Oh, you had something to say. Okay, go ahead.
But instead of trying to combat
this one smells good.
AI at a scale that we are not capable of as one author and a small business, we are embracing humanity and being individuals and communication rather than putting up a fight. We are opening our arms, and I think that that's a very different strategy.
You cannot keep talking with your nose plugged.
I can't deal with it. It's so gross. Okay, I'll put my nose back in my cup.
That's perfect. So first of all, hi Glitch. I saw that you joined us, so welcome. Glad to have you here. Just so you guys know, just to kind of catch you up, and I'll probably edit some of this out of the podcast, but we are recording this while doing this live on TikTok, so there might be times when we say hello to somebody and don't think that we've lost our minds, because this is a podcast, and no, we're not talking to the people as they drive and saying hello. All right, are you ready to go on to the next wing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is Double Comfort Foods Seeing Double. Look at that. It's so cute. Okay.
We don't have to.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So we do not have to cheers with every one of these. All right. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. And this one jumps us up pretty healthily to 6,200 Scovilles.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a heat difference, but it's still totally fine.
No, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that one is.
I'm glad that I'm enjoying like the first two hot sauces. I'm most excited about the third one. I won't spoil it until we get there. But so can you give us a brief description of Ella, who is one of my new favorite protagonists? Those of you who know that I am obsessed with Enna. I love Enna. I love Ilbrea so much. Ella is really climbing up there for me, which is remarkable that you have a character that is coming close to Enna. Like, that's insane. So where did you come up with this idea for her?
Okay, first of all, Brittany said in the comments, I'm glad that you're being human online. You guys are the best and bring me so much joy.
Brittany, we love you.
You bring us joy too.
You're amazing.
Brittany, I forgot the question.
The question was explain like your inspiration for Ella. Like, how did you come up with this character? Because I love her so much.
For Ella...
Almost as much as I love Paige. I'm kidding.
I love Paige.
I know, I do too.
I love Paige. For Ella, what I really wanted her / needed her to have... This is really awful of me.
Okay.
But I needed her to have the strength to take my brutality in stride, because that's kind of the thing, is in creating the world of Laureldale and the world that Ella is living in, it's not a happy ending kind of world. And so creating someone who has survived so much tragedy in that and is strong enough to keep surviving, knowing that I needed her to have that kind of strength became the basis. And then figuring out who she was and how she had gotten that strength and what her weak points were and everything else kind of got built after that.
You know, I find so interesting about this, and I will also let you know that this is kind of atypical for our podcast setup, but because we knew we were going into a potential hell with these wings, we were like, let's just go ahead and kind of come up with questions before, but then I'm going to riff on them. So I'm going to do that now, and want to ask you how you decided to do that juxtaposition between the darkness in Ella and the kind of Stepfordness of Laureldale. Do you know what I mean? Like, did you want that contrast, like, purposefully?
It wasn't a purposeful contrast for that. It's the most perfect looking places are the ones that are just a step above awful.
Kind of like how Utopia is actually quite dystopian,
where
sure.
If it's that perfect looking, why?
Right.
Why does it have to look that perfect?
Okay, so this town is actually really
need?
okay.
Like, why is it like this? And to me, like, there are great towns that are like quirky, weird, blah blah blah. But if it's that striving for perfection, what's the story there? Because something happened to make people feel like that was necessary.
Right. Okay.
And then more of the reason that I wanted Laureldale to have that near perfect vibe was because of the presence of the supernatural. And it's more as a juxtaposition to that. So to the secrets, to the darkness, to the chaos of that, this perfect little barely in control Laureldale is like hanging on by its teeth with all of this chaos happening.
Awesome. Nice. Very okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the third wing. The third wing is one I'm excited about because of, oddly enough, I was never like a huge fan of Ariana Grande, but she 100% won me over in her Hot Ones episode. And then again, as Glinda, guys, just go see, she's remarkable. People told me, they're like, she was born to play this role. I was like, okay, she was born to play this role. It's incredible. Having seen it on Broadway, I enjoyed her so much more than the person I saw on Broadway. Okay, and that's saying something. So this is Mark's fermented kimchi. And y'all, I don't know why any of you would know this, but I love kimchi. I have 2 bags of it in our fridge right now.
I have an answer for Brittany.
Oh, what did she say?
I don't think I could ever top Anna of Elbrea's devastation, nor do I have the will in my soul to try. I don't particularly want to do that to myself.
Now, are you talking about?
There is no intention of that direction. Because my poor little heart is all wrung out and I just don't have it in me.
So for Pete's sake, those of you listening to this, Megan is making the most hilarious faces. Okay, so this is the fermented kimchi. So
wait, what's the line from Labyrinth?
Smell bad.
Thank you. I can't actually do voices, so I need you for that. Okay.
Yep. All right. So, you got the right one. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have to edit the sounds of eating out of this podcast.
Okay, that one has a little bit of a ferocity.
That is so good.
But it's good.
Oh, there's a reason for that too. That one is 3 times as hot as the last one.
I can actually feel my cheeks tensing.
Oh my God.
My cheeks are tensing.
Wow, I really thought that you were going to, like, we'll see. We'll see how we get as we, spoiler alert. When we get to Da Bomb, which for those of you who have been with Hot Ones for a long time, it was Da Bomb Beyond Insanity. Now it's Da Bomb Evolution. I'm probably going to start hiccuping because when I get to a certain heat level,
I don't think you're making it that long.
I do. Maybe I'll go at it red flag. I don't know, but But I will start hiccuping, and I apologize in advance. That's going to happen. But so far, I'm interested. Well, and I guess it makes sense because I do like spicy foods, and you don't really. Anyway, all right. So now
Wait,
I want.
What was your point? Did you have a point?
Probably not. No.
You've started.
This is already messing with my brain. Yeah, a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
Look, this makes me happy. This is very nice. Okay, so you've described to us Ella. Mm-hmm. There are a couple of love interests so far. Now, whether or not they're actually love interests, like who's to say? And one of them we're not going to get into right now, which is Evan. You can tell by my voice.
I like Evan.
I do too, and
He's
I'm
such a sweet
upset
boy.
that I like him. Yeah, I know. But I want to talk about the first ones that get introduced where you kind of start feeling like, oh, maybe there's something here a little bit. But one of them is human, and one of them is fae. So can you tell us a little bit about them, Jason and Caleb?
Sure. So Jason is our human love interest. He is a tall, strong human wall of a boy who is sweet and kind.
I think he's first described as a blonde wall.
He is a blonde wall. He climb him like a tree. He's there in homeroom. So
this went off. For some reason.
That's okay.
That's okay. We'll just have to. All right, I'm going to start this again, but we'll just have to splice some of the life.
Fine.
All right, go ahead.
So he is a very good guy. He is a human who has lived his entire life in Laureldale. It is his home. He is a hometown boy and just a really sweet guy. And then our fae love interest is Caleb, and he is Dryad. And so he has been living in Laureldale for most of his life at this point. But because he is Etherean and because he is fae and does not fit in with the humans, he is often away from people, hiding out on his own. So where we have Jason, who is the high school popularity, we have Caleb, who is the quiet, solitary life that really should be expected for Ethereans because hiding out is necessary.
Yeah, fair. All right. Let's move on to number 3, which
we already did 3.
No, 4. Sorry, 4. Wow, I'm doing well. Okay, so we're going back to Hot Ones. This is their actual barbecue sauce. Yo. Okay, this is their actual hot sauce. This one is Los Calientes.
I'm nervous.
This one, let's see, we were just at 18,000. This goes up almost double to 33,000 Scoville units. Okay. All right, so shall we? Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That one's got like kind of a peaty taste to it.
Yeah, it's burning, but I don't feel like I'm suffering.
Oh, there's the burn. I was like, I'm not feeling it yet.
Like I do not feel like I'm in pain. I have yet to regret any life choices beside the fact.
I'm like, after seeing Pete Davidson go through this, I'm like, what's coming?
I'm really nervous.
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because that one I feel.
Well, you're actually sweating really bad. Your forehead is, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're sweating.
Well,
and
that's
you're getting
fine.
red on your neck.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? So you've brought up the word Ethereans a lot. Mm-hmm. This might be a new term for people. So what are the Ethereans? Who are the Ethereans? And how are they different from, because there are supernaturals theoretically in this world who are not Etherean, right?
Yes.
So
Ethereans are
Sorry if I'm jumping ahead of you.
No, it's okay. They are a subset of the supernatural community. So long ago, some supernatural creatures made a pact to stay hidden from the humans, and in turn, they were given the ability to hide amongst humans. So harpies lost their beaks, fae gained human skin, so that they could exist in human society safely. And those who took that pledge and who are living among humans are the Ethereans. So there still are supernatural creatures that aren't a part of that, but our story is focused on those who qualify as Ethereans in the supernatural world.
Okay, nice. I'm not going to ask too much more about that right now because the next question I think is going to give people kind of a better idea. So, Hey, we are almost halfway up this mountain, as they call it. All right. So what is our next one? Our next one is Fat Cat Gourmet Chairman Meow's Revenge.
So I should just keep moving this way.
Yeah. So this one's your next one.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
So this is our Fat Cat Gourmet Chairman Meow's Revenge, which makes me so happy. Oh, this is made in Florida. Oh, by Fat Cat Foods in Orlando.
What?
Crazy. I had no idea. This is a national award winner. We'll have to check them out if we really enjoy this.
I don't know. I may be off hot sauce for the rest of my life.
Oh, man.
This goes.
I understand now why, like, Ryan Reynolds, when he was doing this, was like, what was the question? Like, I understand now how the brain function, even though this has not been incredibly hot to me so far, I do now notice that I'm sweating.
But your brain's
and
going,
my brain is going, woo! Yeah. Oh, that's a good thing to bring up, is that unlike Sean, I have not tried these hot sauces yet. So we are both experiencing them for the first time together. And then it looks like Glitch might have a question.
Ooh.
What is this?
Oh, you ordered Ember and Stone. Thank you so much.
Aw, yay.
Oh, thank you. Wait. Oh, I know the reminder. The reminder is to read the file. The PDF is up on my computer.
It is. I've seen it.
What's the question? Let me know your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for now, let's jump into the Chairman Meow.
Chairman Meow? Okay.
Chairman Meow. Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It still tastes like actual food. So
It does.
I don't know what I've
once
been
we get
smelling
to
that's
Once
so
we get to
gross.
Da Bomb, probably Da Bomb.
Okay.
Because the Da Bomb is on your plate. Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That one I feel. It's not bad, but I feel it. Okay.
I'm getting
All right.
sweaty in bed.
So now that you're starting to feel it, I kind of wish that we were waiting until later to do this, until you're like really, really sweating. But why don't you give us a kind of a synopsis of the story so far? Although I am going to throw in a caveat. Sorry for those of you who haven't listened yet, but after you're finished with this episode, you have to go back and listen to the previous episode, because it to me is too big of a turning point for the book, and I don't want that to get spoiled here.
So I am giving
narratively,
a
I want
review up to chapter 20. And then you want
chapter
listeners...
21?
No, chapter 20.
20, I'm
last
sorry.
week's was 21.
Oh, up through.
Yes.
Up through, yes.
So then
yes, sorry.
if you are listening to this, you should start with chapter 21 if you are completely new to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Ella Day, seer extraordinaire. No, not really a seer extraordinaire.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Ella Day, Sybil, who is
Tormented
surviving
seer.
as best she can, arrives in Laureldale after being tragically orphaned and also losing her grandmother. She has been put in the care of Kate Blackwood, the local witch who runs the Ethereum Society in the area. And Ella is sent for her first week of high school. Her first day, unfortunately, she has a vision of her Algebra 2 teacher dying, and wouldn't you know it, he drops in the middle of class. After covering that, so people don't know that she is in fact a Sybil #seer, so she knew that he was going to drop, things get a little bit worse. She is being hauled into Laureldale Society, whether she likes it or not, by Paige Paxman and Jason Archer.
We love Paige, by the way.
Where Paige puts together a welcome week full of activities to introduce our Sybil to everyone in Laureldale. During this week, one person she meets is Violet, a werewolf from the local pack, who threatens Ella, telling Ella that she will help Violet find a missing person or else. By doing some sneaky investigation, the likes of which Ella has gotten used to, because she sees visions of this kind of shit all the time and is constantly having to try and figure out what the hell has crammed its way into her head.
Yep.
Ella is told who the missing person is and manages to track enough information to realize that there is no way this missing person, ran away from Laureldale of their own free will. This has dragged our poor sweet Ella into the investigation of a missing person. A very dangerous place for a Sybil in hiding to be.
Wow. That was eloquently said.
Did I do a good job?
I think so.
Great.
I'll admit that my brain was really going hither and thither during that, so I'm not positive, but it sounded good. Yeah. Also, this is not important, really, or maybe it is. But Violet, you didn't say her last name, which is Nikolic. Is that Russian?
It is
something Eastern European, like. Thank you for humoring me.
No. There's a chart.
Also, I'll say this. So, Glitch, I think that I saw one of your questions was what would we recommend buying of Megan's? My answer is
Slavic
always...
descent.
It's Slavic. Okay, sure. Okay. I'm always going to recommend Ilbrea. Also, for those of you who, the holidays just happen, and if you're like, I want to read, I want to support, but I just don't have the funds, then what we are discussing right now, Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer, there are multiple ways that you can support us. And one of those ways is by going to the link in Megan's bio on TikTok and signing up to be an ARC reader. And so that is number one. And then number two is you can actually follow, not currently back because it's not live yet, but you can follow the project on Kickstarter, where it will be seeing a special hardback edition release before it ever hits the major storefronts.
And more people following the project on Kickstarter makes the Kickstarter algorithm happy with me so that they let more people see it, which is great. Where did we get the hot sauces from? I
got this from Amazon, actually.
Yeah, it's the Hot Ones bundle, but we did actually order it via Amazon in order to make sure that we did not get stuck in holiday shipping. But it is an official Hot Ones sauce set.
Yes, and you can order straight from them. But again, holiday shipping, we knew this was coming up. And So, and I also wanted to do it before I lost my nerve. This is season 24's. Yes, this is the season 24 lineup. I think that they're on season 25, but I really liked the kimchi one. I liked the way it looked, so I had to, no cats on the table. All right, so we are going to move on to Onima. So this is now, we are on the second half.
He forgot, I can't remember if he forgot to mention it. The Kickstarter link to follow the Kickstarter, so algorithms will help people find it on Kickstarter, and the ARC sign up link are both in the link tree in my TikTok bio.
Thank you.
That is where you can find the links.
I completely neglected to do that. Now this one is habanero, sherry, and koji. I'm the worst with pronunciations. I'm assuming that this is a Japanese style sauce.
I know nothing about food.
All right. Okay. Well, this is, let's see, the last one was 54,000 Scoville heat units, and this one is 71,000. So
okay,
there we go. It's not
significant.
Not a huge jump.
Yes, it is.
No, the next one is much bigger. So this isn't bad. The next one goes up by 50,000.
Okay, but once we finish this plate, because we think the stinky sauce is on this
I'll
plate.
get rid of the plates.
Can you
Yeah, I'll do it. Great. I'll do it while you're answering the question. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's so stinky.
This is sauce number 6. We've only got 4 to go after this.
That doesn't taste like food. That doesn't taste like it should be eaten by people.
I think it tastes like food. Okay.
No, It doesn't taste like food.
Now I'm in trouble. I feel it. I'm setting that down. I was like, I can go for another. No, I can't.
I'm sweating. My elbow pits are sweating.
Well, now's a great time for you to talk about how Sybils were created. I don't know where that segue came from, but here you go.
Oh, okay. So Sybils, it kind of tracks you back before the lore is really necessary to where we are in Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer so far. Because one of my favorite things, get a new napkin, Megan, get a new napkin.
I got you.
One of my favorite things about Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer and writing it in tandem with the page-by-page podcast so far has been the ability to sort of give extra lore where I wouldn't necessarily have that opportunity on a different platform. And some of the lore that I've gotten to share is how Sybils, like Ella Day, were created. Because it's just not really in the timeline of the story yet. So I have to work it in other ways, which for sharing it right now, I can do via blog on Substack. And so the creation of Sybils actually dates back to the last of the dragons during King Arthur's time. The dragons had always been the overseers and protectors of the Arthurian community, and knowing that their days were numbered, they brought people together to form the pact and to create Sybils as their sort of replacement protectors of Arthurian society, because Sybils would have the ability to see the future and would have the ability to witness the past. They could be guardians guiding Arthurians in a way that none of the other supernatural races could.
And yet they didn't give them fire breath.
Which
is really rude.
So the dragons created the Sybils to be guardians and stewards of the Arthurians as their final act of magic on behalf of their community.
Which is awesome. But I think that they could have done a better job. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay.
Sibyls should have at least like talons or something.
Right. I mean, okay. So we know that a wolf-born Sibyl has superior strength to even some Etherians, not most, but some Etherians, right? Would a witch-born Sibyl, or no?
Have superior strength?
Yes.
No.
Interesting.
They would have superior healing slightly.
But I thought
to humans.
But witches can't heal any faster except for spell work.
A little bit.
A little bit?
They
okay.
can heal a little bit faster.
All right.
Like, they're not going to be prone to infections. They're not going to be... So they are going to heal faster just because they're healthier. They're kept healthier by their magic.
So what... Okay, so then... Oh, no, I don't guess that really would work. I was just trying to think. I was like, so if Ella gets slight, like, wolf strength, then would a witch-born Sibyl have any kind of magical abilities at all?
They would have the ability to use spell work to call upon visions.
Okay, that's interesting.
So while they wouldn't be able to do things like levitation...
My lips are burning.
They wouldn't be able to do things like levitation. Their ability to call forth specific visions would be greater because they would have that access to spelled magic that, for instance, a Sibyl born of Fae isn't going to have that ability to use a spell to call something up.
Yeah. Hi, baby. I'm not even going to pet you right now because my fingers are...
Kitty.
I love you, baby.
Are so dangerous to you. She's so mad that we're ignoring her, but it's for the best.
So now we are moving on to the Black-Eyed Susan. So we were just at 71,000.
Okay.
This is 126. No, honey, go away. 126,000. With a name inspired by pirates, this sauce can be an agent of chaos. Sweetness from muscadine grape juice. Where is this from? Tennessee? I'm sorry, muscadine. Muscadine wine's like a really big thing. No, Pennsylvania. Huh,
it really is elbow pit sweat that's bothering me the most right now.
No, mine is the lips. No, honey, go away. I love you. I love you so much. And don't think that we don't pay attention to her. She gets so much love, but it's just not enough, which I love.
But love with spicy fingers is not in fact love.
That's not love.
That sounded really dirty. Oops.
I love you so much. Hey, notice how neither of us has touched our milk yet. I stress.
I have beer.
I wonder if the beer is helping. I don't know.
I don't know. If nothing else,
because there's slight sugar in it and the wheat, but I don't know. All right. So, do we have a question or a comment?
Megan, part 2 of sounding dirty. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Okay. All right. So here we go.
I'm trying to find like a.
I'm gonna take a decent portion of this. It's probably a terrible idea.
Probably. Okay, that's definitely painful. That's significantly painful.
Have milk if you need it, man. Like, I'm not. I have nothing
against milk. I'm just really.
Oh my god.
I'm really working via beer right now.
Ooh. Oh man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay. It's not hiccup worthy yet. I
think my top
the last dab
to sweat. Okay.
The last dab is going to be
okay. What's
murder.
The next question? We gotta say.
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. So what? Do you want me to start or do you want to start? We were going to talk about our favorite scene so far.
You start.
Okay. Well, my favorite scene so far, though, is something I can't really talk about. It was one that just happened in this last episode. So let me see. What is my favorite one other than... Oh, I know. So my favorite scene other than what just happened in chapter 21. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, sorry, give me a second. My favorite scene so far has got to be the first time that Ella goes to the Argo. This was your choice.
I feel responsible for Matt.
Oh man, no, baby, no, you get her off the. No, off.
Bye.
Off.
Bye.
Go.
I love you, so I make you leave. I have regrets today.
This one's hot.
Spiddly sprouts.
This one's hot.
Spiddly sprouts.
And the next one is the one that's going to be hot and gross. And then I get to get this plate out of here, though, so that's great.
Yeah.
But is
Honestly,
Ella going...
I can't. I have no sense of smell anymore.
Oh, good.
Everything is just heat and pain.
Well, because you do go nose blind eventually.
It's just heat and pain.
Yep, that one definitely... My lips are on fire. They are on fire. I'm going to be amazed if they're not blistered. But the first scene in the Argo... I love that you're bouncing. When you start describing... It's the first time that we see a vision from the past. And honestly, I'd kind of forgotten about that vision. And now I'm like, my wheels are turning going, what does it have to do with what we've seen so far? So sorry.
Think.
I got to be really careful about that. My hands were very close to my face.
Don't do it.
I know. But I love the way that you describe the visions as they're these thorns. They're like reaching up, trying to grab her. And eventually something does snag her, right? I just think that's so cool. It's also the first time that we see that Ella can move in visions of the past, but not visions of the future.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's that. That I think would probably be my favorite scene. So far. Oh boy. All right. Yeah. Okay. So what's your favorite scene?
My favorite scene so far would have to be when Caleb visits Ella in her room.
That is a nice scene.
Just because it's the first time that she's really fully humanized.
Beer doesn't help. It doesn't help the lips. I was like, oh, it's gone. No, it's not.
It's the first time that she's really fully humanized, where it's like she is allowed to be weak, allowed to be sassy, allowed to talk freely. And so it was just kind of having that freedom with her. I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I could probably think of a different scene, but I can't really think.
All right. Then do you want to move on to the one that we're both dreading?
Yeah.
Okay. So this next one is Da Bomb. Now, to be fair, this goes up less than 10,000 Scoville from where we were.
Yeah,
okay?
It's just disgusting.
It's just gross. It's going to taste gross. And we know this from Trevor Noah. Guys, seriously, if you haven't seen Hot Ones, and no, we're not here to promote them. We aren't getting money from them. We paid for this kit. Granted, at a slight discount because it was season 24, not 25. That's not why we got it. But you've got to watch the interviews. They are so good. Especially the one with Ariana I loved. Trevor Noah was great. Okay. Oh, God.
Wait a second. Brittany said, and don't forget the Watcher. It's true. So I love the Watcher scenes because...
Thank you, Brittany. Yeah.
Throughout the story, we have seen that someone is recording Ella. Someone is following her. Someone is watching her. We have not figured out why yet, only that they know exactly who and what she is, which is terrifying because... What if she were outed to the humans in Laureldale as being a seer? She would lose the tiny bit of a life she's managed to build there, and she would also lose the ability to live with Kate, who is one of her best options yet for a guardian since she is an orphan.
Yes,
okay.
agreed.
Okay, here we go.
All right, we're just going to dive into this one. I'm not looking forward to it. See,
that doesn't taste like food. It tastes like chemical death.
It tastes like Tabasco.
It tastes like something that you should not, under any circumstances, put in your mouth.
No, it legit tastes like Tabasco sauce. I have always...
I'm going for the milk.
I'm probably going to be right there with you. No, I am. So otherwise I'm going to start hiccuping. Okay. Wow. That one's awful.
Yeah.
That one is awful.
Yeah.
I agree with Trevor Noah.
That's pointless. That's just... They're just trying to make you hurt.
Ooh. And they're succeeding. Okay.
Whew! Continue. LNZ.
Oh. Okay. And then I'm going to get these out of here. Oh, wow, that's a lot. All right, excuse me while I go, but what has been your biggest challenge so far in the podcast, in the book?
So the biggest challenge for me, ow, that hurts. It just like there's no taste. It's just pain. So the biggest challenge for me has been, sorry, 1 second.
Do you need ice cream?
No, I'm okay. The biggest challenge for me has been figuring out how to structure the chapters to, it just hurts. Figuring out how to structure the chapter so that there's a full narrative arc for every podcast episode. So I want to make sure that every episode of the podcast has a full story segment that is satisfying to readers / listeners. But I also have to time things out with the podcast to make sure that the podcast episode stays right. Okay, that really hurts. Maybe a little bit of ice cream.
Yeah, I was already unwrapping it.
Oh.
I'm going to try to not. Just the point of pride for myself.
That's your bad choice.
I know.
But getting that writing schedule down of, okay, what's the beginning, middle, end of this story segment has to fit in this chapter. And I can't just bridge it into the next chapter because readers can just continue on because the next chapter isn't written. So making sure that every week I have something worth page-by-page podcast listeners' time that also fits as a story segment, that is also something that can be written within a week, is a really challenging balancing act. Yeah, that one has no redeeming quality.
No,
it's
it really
just
doesn't.
pain.
Yeah.
It's just pain.
Wow. Yeah. Nope, that one was painful. I do not recommend. 0 out of 10 do not recommend. Wow. Holy crap. You need to take a second?
What?
For those of you not watching the video, I highly recommend that you watch the video. Megan was just like rubbing the ice cream around her mouth like it was a cotton swab.
And so we got the comment that I always sneak in Easter eggs for like 3 books ahead. It's so true. Mm-hmm. It's so true. There is a character that's not going to get to come in until book 3, and I just want to play with that character now, but I can't. There's so much that's like already planted in the book that's about that character, but
What's
they don't
so funny
get to come in for
is
forever.
I want to ask you a question about that character, but we don't have the ability to edit that out. If it's something that you're like, Christopher, which, by the way, Brittany, you'll appreciate this. Megan let drop a huge bombshell of a spoiler on me.
It's
don't
not
worry.
really a spoiler. It's just not information that's been out there yet.
I consider it a spoiler. Okay. There are people who won't even watch trailers of movies because they feel like it's a spoiler.
Okay, wait. Which one am I doing first? Left or right?
No, you were doing the drumstick. Well, that is not a drumstick, but the one on the right.
Okay.
Okay. So I have stuff between my teeth, which is not helping with the heat level.
I'm just honing ice cream over here.
Yeah. So this is second to last. Oh my gosh. This one.
Baby girl, I want to cuddle you so badly.
Are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. You're not ready. The last one that we did was 135,000 plus. Okay. This is 700,000. Oh gosh. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Why didn't I get my own ice cream? Okay.
Plus side we're married. We can share.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, my nose is running. Also, feel free.
It's painful, but it's not as bad as the last one.
If this is anything like the episodes we've seen, this is one that will start creeping up and then die away and then come back.
Okay. So ask the question quickly so I can try and get out of
No, this one isn't. This one really. I'm suspect of this one. Okay.
I'm sweating in so many places. It's unfortunate.
So, okay.
Oh, hi, Tay. Hello.
What, Tay's on here?
No, different Tay.
Oh, okay.
Met over Christmas.
Oh,
hello. We're doing the
Tay.
Hot Ones episode of the Page by Page podcast, and I'm regretting a lot of life
How did
choices.
that mellowed out, DeBomb?
Yeah, it did.
How did that work?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
This one's going straight in the trash. No, actually, I'm taking that to Titanic, and people can have it.
Okay. Can Alonzi.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay.
Forward, ho.
Why don't you go ahead and talk about that?
What?
Why are you saying that instead of...
Because I have a tendency to, when Chris goes off on a spiral of questions, to just go,
I'm going to have more of this because I don't trust it.
When it's time for him to move on. Just continue. Oh, yeah, it's bad. It's bad up in here. So I say continue a lot on the episode just to like move on to the next thing or the next question or to keep reading on with the chapter to the point that it's become like a weird tick. And so now I am openly mocked every time I say continue on the podcast, which is a lot because so I deserve to be mocked. Okay, can we do the last one before I lose my nerve? I need to do it. Can we do it?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, all right.
I gotta do it.
All right.
What is this one?
Oh, wait, no.
I don't. Oh, God, we have to do the dab.
Yeah, we do. Or no, you don't have to.
Yes, we do.
All right, so this is
I'm
the
already
last
cheating
dab.
with ice cream.
You're not cheating. I'm having milk. I'm not no. Like as a point of pride, I'm trying to not have ice cream, but milk I was fully expecting to have just so I could stay away from the hiccups. All right, so I'm going to put just a little bit on my.
Can I have mine?
Yep.
Can I have a tiny dab?
Ugh. All right, so this one is called the last dab because it's traditional to put a little last dab on the wing. So this one, okay, this one right here, we just did one that was 700,000 Scovilles. This one I don't think is going to be as kind to us as that one was. This one, oh my God. Hold,
are you
please.
okay?
Uh-huh.
Your eyes are so watery.
Yeah. By the way, how's your migraine?
Actually, I can't feel anything anymore and just sweat.
Yes. Awesome.
All I am is sweat and pain in my mouth. That's
so
it.
This one is almost 4 times as hot as the last one we just did.
Okay.
So this one is 2,693,000 Scovilles.
I regret a lot. You should try to clarify. Oh, Brittany said.
What?
You should clarify that you work in the Titanic Museum because you said you're going to take... I'm just going to take this sauce to the Titanic.
No, it's fine. It's fine because maybe that'll keep them warm. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Well, it's been 112 years, okay?
I don't know. Oh, wait, this is awful.
Besides, after what happens...
Now, can we do it?
Yes, all right. Okay. So we're dabbing a little bit?
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
Boop. Okay, that's some pain. That's some pretty intense pain. But I'm done and I don't have to touch it again, so I get to clean my fingers.
So
I can't.
There's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet. So this camera.
Oh my God.
That's all we have. Oh my God.
I can't.
Tell people how they can support page by page.
So
Sketchbook of the Wayward Seer. We kind of touched on this a little bit before.
So if you want to become
I am so glad that's over.
Page by page adventure.
Oh God.
You can find the page by page podcast. Yes, bringing the. You can find the page by page podcast on your favorite podcast platform. There's.
Yeah, that one's
You can also find the chapters up on Substack, and of course, there will be a Kickstarter for the special edition fancy hardback with the custom chapter art.
Oh my God.
And all kinds of other good things. So you can find the link to follow the Kickstarter in my TikTok bio. Same for the Substack. And yeah, follow, subscribe on whatever platform you're on. I gotta go, okay.
Oh God.
I know.
No, I think that's it. So until next time, thank you for reading. Oh, I'm in so much pain. Okay. Oh my God.
Okay, I gotta go.
Was that it? Yeah, I have some of that.
No, thank you.
Oh God.
For joining us for this truly horrific idea. Honestly, it could have been way worse. It could have been way worse.
Oh my God.
But I need to go and contemplate my life and level of self-loathing.
Yeah. Agreed. We'll be back on for a brief period tomorrow with a regular live. Wow, that's hot. Okay. Woo. Bye, y'all. Oh, man.